Hey everybody, welcome back to Buddies, Spirits, and Cigars. I'm so excited about this episode. This is the 2024 release of Parker's Heritage. This is a 14-year-old
Like a
freaking...
kid in a candy store, dude. He has been begging to get into
I'm
this Parker's.
so excited about this. So my cherry got popped with Parker's Heritage. Last year we went to Louisville, Kentucky, and freaking I had the double-barreled Parkers with P-Dub. Oh, that's a good bop. That's a good bop, boy.
Good start, dude.
Yeah, the boy. And it was freaking awesome. This one here is, I've heard mixed reviews on this one, to be honest, and I don't know. We're going to find out for ourselves. It's going to be all about what we think, and we're going to be honest, and I don't care what other people think, but we're going to give our reviews of it. But I'm so freaking excited, and I want to declare publicly before he says another word or a word.
Before I say a single word.
He took one for the team on this deal.
Oh.
He knew I was excited about trying this, and he's like, you know what? He was at an allocation drop, and this is one he went to by himself, and he's like, I'm going to take care of my boy. And he picked this up over some other bottles that he would have liked to have had as well. Maybe he's a little excited about this too. I'm not sure, but
I'm excited.
Steve,
Yeah,
thank
you're
Thank
very
you.
welcome, man. And this is why I wanted to get it right here, because this is what's fun to me. Yeah, I went to an allocation drop. I was by myself. Terp was working.
Life of a poor man.
I made it down to the allocation drop in like 30 minutes with like a few minutes to spare before the doors open, and I'll be damned if I didn't get first, So I had pick of the litter and walked up there, saw this thing sitting up there next to some other bottles, and unfortunately Terp and I missed out on the drop we were at the weekend before on grabbing one of these, so thought it was a great opportunity to get it. And you can see how giddy he is about trying it. I had no
I'm
choice
excited.
but to pick up this damn bottle, but it's a 14-year-old Kentucky straight malt whiskey finished in reconstructed heavy toast cognac barrels, coming in at 107 proof.
Little bit of information if you don't know this. Everybody knows the Beam family. Very, very popular in the bourbon world.
I love the Mr. Bean movies.
So Beam, B-E-A-M.
Oh, sorry.
So, with that family has influenced every single distillery because in Kentucky, period. Whether they've had family members working there or blending, all that kind of stuff. So where Parker's Heritage came from was from Parker Beam. And everybody loved Parker Beam. He was just an amazing man. Awesome, down to earth, just a great person. Well, in 2017, he died from ALS. Unfortunate. It got to a point, his last days, he just couldn't move, and it's a very debilitating disease. So, when you buy Parker's Heritage, a portion of the proceeds from buying that bottle actually goes to ALS. They actually support the foundations for ALS. So, man, that makes it even better. Heaven Hill, in my opinion, that's awesome that they were willing to do that. But I wish I'd have got to meet Parker Beam. Really do. I've met some of the Beam family, and super nice people, down to earth, just great people. So I don't know, maybe that kind of has a little bit of influence on Parker's Heritage, but this is basically Heaven Hill's version of a BTAC in a sense. So that's what I've heard. So we're gonna see what we think about it, and this is this year's release.
Never had it.
Yeah, well, the double barreled from a couple years ago was freaking legit. So this makes me excited for this one.
There we go. Now we're getting some nose effect. The last few videos we got together and did, we were stuck on single noter noses and all fruity stuff.
This has got quite a bit going on here. That the malty side of it is not insanely prominent.
It's a malt whiskey. It's not nearly what I thought it would be. It's kind of a getting a lot of the oak with a little hint of, maybe some apple or red fruit, little hint of it, caramel.
For me, I can smell some of the malt on the back end of it. As you get.
I need to smell a handful of, like, I'm not being funny. I need to smell like a handful of malt.
Some Whoppers.
Some Whoppers or something. Yeah. No, maybe not chocolate malt, but a handful of like malted barley or something. And
dude, I almost get a little bit of corn, not an insane amount, but just it's a subtle.
It's good.
It's pleasant.
You ready?
Let's dive in.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother. Thank you.
Whoa.
Dude, that changed.
107?
From, holy cow. It's kind of like, as soon as I took that in on my palate, it was kind of grainy tasting, and then all of a sudden it just transitioned, and it turned sweet and just exploded all over the palate.
Super robust. I mean, bold flavor from a 10. I know some people think like, oh my God, it's 107. For you and I, that's low proof.
Yeah.
When I said, oh my God, 107 and looked at the bottle, it's because it's drinking like a higher proof, like I've said in previous videos, in a good way, because of how flavorful it is. There's no watered down taste coming out of here. Not a whole lot on the front of the palate, but man, mid to back, it blows the back of the palate out. It's in a good way. It's so flavorful and robust. And man, I don't even know. What do you got for
that transition?
It's weird, right?
It freaking blows my mind. I'm telling you, and I've taken a couple of drinks of this now. It just, as soon as you take that into your palate, it's almost a little grainy kind of taste. But then, as you mix that through your palate, it just freaking explodes with flavor. I mean, it just freaking takes over. I haven't had a transition like that before, I don't think.
That's fun.
Holy cow.
And I like pours and tastings like that.
That's an
where it's not all
of flavor.
It's an experience drinking it, and every single time you sip it, it's there again. It's really fun. It's not like just one flavor all the way across the palate, and you say, oh, that's good. That's sweet.
Yeah.
This is all over the place.
And let me tell you, you would expect from a 14-year-old whiskey that you're going to get a lot of oak characteristic. You don't. This doesn't have a ton of oak characteristic to it at all.
In a good way. Some people like oak.
Right.
I don't like an overpowered oak.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a little there, but it's not so prominent that it takes over. It's complementary.
Yeah, it's almost like on the back edges of the palate is where the oak comes in, and then mid to back palate, middle palate.
And
that's where you
that
get
probably
hit with all the
has to do. So, what they do when they reconstruct this is they take the rings off the barrels and they actually intermingle some of those cognac, heavy toasted cognac staves into the barrel, and then they reconstruct that barrel and then put that back in there and let it finish for 4 to 6 months.
So it's not a full cognac barrel.
Correct.
It's little, every
it's,
other. Or
it's
something
intermingled
like that.
in yes.
Dude, when I read the back of this, okay, it's easy to influence your tasting notes when you say things.
Yeah.
I was so confused on how to describe this. I don't know that I've ever had a malt whiskey, like just a straight malt whiskey, but listen to this. I'm going to skip about halfway down through this paragraph. The malt whiskey was then, rebarreled in the reconstructed barrels and aged for almost 4 months. This makes it a total of 14-year-old, a little over 14 years old. The result transforms the earthy, herbal character of the malt into a complex, almost port-like, and I was sitting here thinking, this tastes like a port finished like bourbon or something. Whiskey with notes of molasses, dark chocolate, dried summer fruit. So like maybe a date or a dried date or something. And that's a good description. It's not a bright red floral fruity note. It's a real deep, dark, bold, fruity, earthy, little bit of that oak on the back end and the edges, but that really deep, dark fruit comes through in the middle. Molasses is a great note. I like that a lot.
And I'm happy with it. I wish I'd have purchased that.
It's good.
I'm telling you, that is a very solid pour. I enjoy the heck out of that freaking pour right there.
I'm glad I picked it up. There was a lot of options to choose, and this is really good. I was like, you know what? Terp knows his stuff. If he's freaking out over this bottle, I should probably be freaking out over this bottle too. And all the other stuff sitting around it, Weller Full Proof, Michter's 10, Blanton's Gold, things like that. It's all the Tater bottles. It'll be sitting there at every other allocation drop.
This blows Michter's 10 out of the freaking water.
Haven't had it, so I can't say it, but
I have,
trust
and
you.
I can tell you.
I trust you.
This right here is an experience. I can't, man, just the explosion that
really
it has.
fun.
I mean,
Wow.
it's like, it's kind of subtle a little bit and just like, a little grainy, corny, and just like, and then all of a sudden it's just boom. Then you get all of that fruity, sweet, just
it's fun.
wholesome goodness all over your palate. It's
How about how
insane.
long it lingers?
Yes, it stays there. You can chew on this one.
Yeah.
Been,
it
a,
lingers.
been a few episodes since we had one we can chew on.
Thank God.
I know. And only 107 proof too. So,
wild.
I mean, if we're raving about something that's this lower of a proof, it's that good. I'm telling you.
Well, I'm happy to share it with you, man. This
Freaking
was
legit.
nice. This is nice. This is really good. I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to slow down on this one and
Yeah.
enjoy that a little bit. I may
So-
not pour so much out of this bottle.
Yeah. I'm gonna start off the rating, and I'm very, very happy with this pour, even though it's not mine. Well, the pour is, but
I want it back.
yeah, you're not getting it back. It won't be the same color. But I'll tell you, this was an experience.
It's fun.
And I agree with Steve more than I can tell you. I enjoy the experience of getting to try something new. And you got the first-hand reaction from us. You really did.
Fresh crack.
We did not open. He stayed out of this one on purpose. He wanted it to be an experience for both of us. And matter of fact, the next several episodes are going to be nothing but brand new experiences that we have not opened. And we got some heavy hitters coming. I'm telling you, some heavy hitters coming. So,
Man, it's fun. What do you rate it?
I enjoy this. I'm going to say 8.75.
Love it.
I love this pour.
You're right there where I was at. I was going to say 8.5. Obviously, availability is zero. I mean, it's out.
Price point. We forgot to name that part.
Yeah, $170 MSRP. I'd pay it every time if this bottle was sitting on the shelf at MSRP. Of course, when you Google Parker's Heritage 14, you're going to find some for $2,000, $500, $600, $700, $800, all your crazy secondaries. MSRP is $170. I would pay $170 if I saw this sitting on the shelf at MSRP. That would just be the only bottle I bought that month. Availability is non-existent. It's like finding you a handy or a stag or something else. You're going to have to go to the allocation drops. However, 8.5 for me. This is delicious, and it's a crazy pour. This is nice.
Such an enjoyable experience. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Go and check out our Discord. You can find the link in our YouTube videos. We're having fun in there, and we also do some giveaways and stuff too. So, be sure you watch our videos to the end, because you never know when we're just going to throw out, hey, we're going to give something away or give a sample away or whatever the case is. So be sure that you join all of our socials, but Discord is one that we like to get on and do some videos and have a good time with you guys and get to know you and what your thoughts are.
Yeah, guys, YouTube's our primary and really our only platform right now that we put content out on. So if you would please hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below, and interact with us, and share the video with your friends. I know we're all a part of a bunch of different bourbon groups. Feel free to share it and say, hey, go check out the video if you think you like it, and invite them to like, share, subscribe as well. It helps the channel grow, and it's something we'd like to do so that we can offer you guys some more content and do some more cool things.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it, and I'm going to go beat him up so I can take his bottle from him. That's all we got time for on this episode. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you on the next one.